is the Big O Show. This 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 is the Big O Show.
When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Radio Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated. They offer free 30-day storage, full-service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com. With more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes, Welton Rayom is committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. They handle complex personal injury claims caused by the fault of another in both state and federal courts. They handle auto, trucking, motorcycle, slip and fall, and bicycle accidents. Call 954-966-4646. That's 954-966-4646. Welton Rayom can help.
This is the Big O Show. 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 This is...
If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Canes Wear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Canes Wear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop. Welton Rayom has more than 62 years of litigation experience handling insurance disputes. They're committed to resolving even the toughest insurance claims quickly. Call them for a free consultation. 954-966-4646. At Welton Rayom, they don't get paid unless you win. Property damage claims to your home, business, or condo as a result of a hurricane. Welton Rayom can help. Water, mold, fire, smoke damage, Welton Rayom can help. Call 954-966-4646. When you move, you need a reliable company led by passionate folks eager to assist its customers during a transitional process that needs to be smooth. Call Essential Moving Experts at 844-368-5750 for all your local and long-distance moving needs. You can rely on Essential Moving Experts. Mention the Big O Radio Show and get $150 off. Family owned and operated. They offer free 30-day storage, full service moving, fully licensed, bonded, and insured. Moving was never so easy. EssentialMovingExperts.com.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them.
With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation.
Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house!
Get out of the house! Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyAccess.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. When it comes to South Florida sports teams, very few in the media have witnessed, lived, and covered it like the Big O. Let's start the program dedicated to your favorite South Florida teams with a passion that's unmatched. The Big O Radio Show is on. Here's the Big O.
There we go. Welcome aboard. Oh, yes, it is bad news, of course. No victory cigar today. Let's tell you that. There ain't no victory cigar today. There's 29 seconds left. Give me the thumbs up if we're doing all right with the sound. I want to make sure before we start. Figured we were close to pretty much wrapping this baby up. So 29 seconds left. We will wait till everything is done. I mean, it's down by 10, whatever. They got some garbage points at the end. You know, It is what it is. As they say, we will talk about this. Hold on. And it's a sack of Van Dyke right now. Okay. Let's see. All right. Good. Okay, I got it. All right. I see that you guys are telling me on the chat board it is all good. I am waiting, and here it is. One more for Restrepo. They will try to line up. They have no more timeouts. Let's see. They stopped the clock because they got they moved the chains. Now they'll reset it. Here's the last play. Yes. Okay, it's over. It ends in an interception. Okay, that's it. That's how it should end. An interception for TVD. Oh, man. Wow. All right, let me take this crap off. Make sure we got our board here. Make sure we got everything going on. We are set to go. All right, folks. Let me get my stuff here prepared. Let me pull everything up here and make sure we are locked in. I got the chat board ready for you guys. If you got questions after this 41-31 ass kicking at the hands of UNC. There we go. Okay. All right. Manny Navarro will join us from the locker rooms to talk about this mess. And we talked about this earlier on the show today, and I even posted it also on our site on Twitter. Mario Cristobal is a terrific man. Okay, he's a good family man. He is a hard worker. He will wake up at 4 a.m. ahead of everybody else. He'll drink a gallon of Cuban coffee. He's going to outwork you. He's going to out-recruit you. Overall, just a terrific human being. I know he didn't handle the loss last week. I hope he gets to lay on the sword today, like right from the get-go. And we talked about hands on the ball and all that bullshit last week and all that. But normally, an outstanding human being, okay? The only thing that we don't know about Mario Cristobal is he a great game day coach, because nobody's ever called him that. Notice how all the adjectives I used, nobody has ever said great coach. And that's because he's never been a great coach. He's had some moments at FIU, moments at Oregon, nothing here so far, really. I mean, Texas A&M, I guess, that's about it. But outside of that, nobody really knows Mario Cristobal as the guy that outwits people all the time. And today, after last year and the mess and all the losses and losing to Middle Tennessee State, and today, I can't blame him for the Parrish fumble, but these are your players. You got the TVD exchange with the center, and that's a fumble. Your assistant coach. You fired the guys last year you didn't like. You hired the new guys. Here's Lance Guidry coming onto the field and, creating a mess. A bunch of third down penalties that kept drives alive today. Interception by TVD in territory at the 23. They decide to not go with the penalty and make it second and 30 instead of 3rd and 20, and they throw a TD. By the way, Kitchens was in coverage in that one. And then there's a penalty at the end of that play. Then Francis Mauinoa, who has been terrific, gives up a sack in a 3-man rush on a 3rd down. Miami had not allowed 100 yards on the ground. Today was the first time. It just like it was just one thing after another after another after another. And we talked about this through this week. Mario has to, he has no choice now. He has to win. And guess what? He thoroughly got embarrassed again today. The score doesn't even indicate how much of an ass kicking this was and how embarrassed. And by the way, here's the other thing. So UNC kicks your ass. Okay? UNC kicks your freaking ass. And you know what about UNC? Here. 14 penalties for 147 yards. Do you know what UNC did to the University of Miami? What the University of Miami used to do to teams all the time in the 80s and the 90s and the first couple of years in the 2000s, like 2001, 2002, that's it, But they used to be so good that they could commit all kinds of penalties and still kick your ass by 20, 30 points. UNC pulled a on Because, of course, the we now know the last 20 years is not really the a lot of us grew up with. So this is the shit you get. And, I'm a Mario guy, but I can't defend any of this. I can't defend your assistant coach going out on the field and losing his cool, dude. What the F is that, man? Talk about a lack of professionalism, dude. How in the hell are you going to lead young men when you can't maintain your composure on the sidelines? I mean, this is, and by the way, folks, can I remind you of something right now? We're asking Mario Cristobal to be an ass-kicking coach in the ACC. This isn't like some challenging conference. Do you know what my nickname is for this conference? Another crappy conference. That's what ACC stands for. This guy can't win in this. I mean, if we were in the SEC, I'd kind of tell you, hey, man, we got to hold up on Mario here a little bit. He's not there yet with the kind of talent they have in the SEC. Come on, dude. Miami has lost to North Carolina 5 years in a row. Let me run that by you again. And please don't. Well, North Carolina isn't a basketball school. Yeah, but Miami is now a basketball school. Oh, North Carolina is now a football school too. Oh, they're not just basketball. Well, I thought Miami was a football school. I guess Jim Larinaga's made it a basketball school. Is that what it is? I guess Katie Myers made it a basketball school. Is that what it is? We're asking you to win in the ACC, dude. You can't beat Georgia Tech. I mean, well, you can't beat Middle Tennessee. And this is where Mario is now in the abyss. And he's like in quicksand right now. He's sinking, and he's the only one that can get himself out of this with great coaching. Dude, the rah-rah bullshit, I saw this at the beginning of the game. Okay? I saw this bullshit at the beginning of the game. Mario's out on the field. And the whole thing with Man Campbell, if you watch this show over time, Man Campbell, I'm not really much of a Man Campbell guy. I didn't, I have my questions if he's just a rah-rah guy and not substance, right? And remember what I told you at the beginning of the show here. I told you that we label Mario with these adjectives: great man, which he is, good character guy, a tough coach, hard worker, great recruiter. Nobody ever calls him a great coach. Nobody ever calls him a great coach. So I see this horse shit at the beginning of the game. And I call it horse shit because in the end, this doesn't do shit for me. Because if you didn't prepare your team, you're really not going anywhere. And so there's Mario, right? And this is prior to the game, and he's out there trying to pump them up and all that. Dude, if you didn't prepare them during the game, during the week, and mentally have them set that you got them on top of everything that North Carolina does and their tendencies, and you've given certain players certain cues that you've noticed from the team and player and things that you've noticed watching film to give them an edge. What the hell do you think Mike McDaniel does every week? How in the hell do you think he actually more often than not confuses his opponents? They're stealing plays from Mike McDaniel. The guy that hired him, Shanahan, is stealing plays from him now. Okay, that's the master stealing from the Padawan. You get my drift? That's not supposed to happen. Anybody stealing X's and O's from Mario Cristobal? No, I don't think so. It's a bad look. It's a terrible look for him. And you know what I said in that tweet? Here's what I said in that tweet. Right here. Not about rah-rah, hard work, 4 a.m. wake up, and a gallon of Cuban cafe. Great recruiting, tons of cliches in press conferences, not about being a great man. We know Mario has that. We all know that. That's who he is. Great family man, all that stuff, dude. He's a rock-solid individual. We all know that. Time to prove you can consistently outcoach your opponent every Saturday to be great. That's what Kirby Smart has to do. That's what Nick Saban has to do. That's what everybody that has to be on top of football has to do on a consistent basis. They might slip up once in the year. And it might not be them. It might be a mistake that somebody made or whatever, but it's not really that you got this out-coached or anything like that. You got outplayed, let's say. But Mario Cristobal outcoaches himself. He doesn't outcoach his opponent. And his team does not look prepared on a consistent basis, dude. Okay? A consistent basis. You go call William Quigley. His ass will be outsmarting the competition on a consistent basis. That's why that dude's got like 70 trucks. That company's a monster here in South Florida. Great leadership, dude. It's about leadership. That's where you take all the credit, and that's where you get all the blame. That's just the way life goes. You are the CEO, you are the owner, then it's all on you. Because all the decisions, everybody's actions under you fall on you. So Lance Guidry goes out onto the field, that's on you. You hired him. And let me tell you, UNC, right towards the end of that third quarter, broke their will. It was over right in that third quarter, broke their will. You could tell. You know? And it's become a joke that you're no longer a respectable program anymore. You're a program that people don't have any fear for, any respect, nothing. You're just a regular middle of the road program that keeps living on its past of well over 20 years ago now. It's sad, dude. Sad. Because us old people, we keep waiting for them to come back. young people haven't seen it yet. And let me tell you, some of you that are like in your 40s or something like that, you only experienced those 2000s. That's it. You didn't even get to experience the real run of the 80s and early 90s. Because then they had the probation period, all that stuff. Then they came out of probation and ended up winning that title. So for those of us that have lived it all, when they weren't anything to them becoming something and winning a bunch of titles, and then now they've been nothing and they keep hiring people. And let me tell you, here's the thing where Mario Cristobal has to be very careful now, because he is treading some really dangerous waters right now. Okay? He's the only coach in Hurricanes history. Listen to me now. Pay attention now. He's the only coach in Hurricanes history that has been given everything to succeed. Think about that. All these other coaches, administration was cheap. They weren't spending. They weren't competing. They haven't been competing on the money end for a long time. And the days that I was talking about, when they would go under the radar and you can get a Jimmy Johnson, you can get a Dennis Erickson, those kind of things, those days are gone. When somebody shows up on the radar, he becomes hot property and there's a bidding war. And Miami was out of bidding wars. Well, Mario Cristobal has been given everything. Money, power, everything he wants to do. He's got boosters. He's got one booster that has given so much. Okay? Besides the collective and all that other shit. So think about that. Mario Cristobal is the one guy that's been given everything that nobody else had in years prior, and they were already at a deficit trying to compete with everybody else. Mario is at zero deficit. They have given him a gun in a gunfight. They didn't give him a butter knife for a gunfight. That's what the other coaches had. So you get everything you want. You get to make all the calls. You screwed up on your first coaches. And they fired them, paid them off, and hired new ones. And the new ones out on the field screwing your drive. This is the stuff that you cannot defend. And I like Mario a lot, dude. Really good dude, bro. Really good dude. But it's not about that. It's about production. It's about getting it done. And, you got here and you say, oh, this facility isn't good enough. What do you mean an 80-yard field? No, we need a 100-yard field. Well, now they're doing it for you. They're doing everything for you. Everything and anything you need. I need this. I need that. I need this many coaches. You got it. You got it. You got it. You got it. Well, you got to deliver, and you're not delivering. So this is, this is a joke, is what it is. There's no honeymoon anymore. There's no breaks. There's no understanding. There's none of that. You don't get any of that anymore. You lost the benefit of the doubt, dude. You had your benefit of the doubt last year, even though you didn't deserve it. Let's be honest. Mario Cristobal and his staff were absolutely horrible last year. Horrible, embarrassing, pathetic. But you still got the break of all breaks, even though Mario really should thoroughly get ripped for, how bad they were last year. But you got every break in the book. Oh, first year, you inherited Manny's kids. Well, bro, these are your kids. This is your team now. You flushed out like 40-something kids. You brought in like 42, 43, some crazy number. Those are your kids. So this is your team now. This is your culture. So here's your player hitting a player after it's done and costing you. And then you got your coach on the field costing you. Like, what is going on? What kind of shit is this, dude? What are you running? There's zero excuses. There's zero tolerance. And Mario Cristobal is putting his ass squarely on the hot seat by the end of this season. Because the fan base is already, I've got friends of mine that they already were texting me, this guy's a fraud. This is bullshit. This guy's just a recruiter. And I had no answer because I can't defend this. I can defend certain things sometimes and use some logic and try to tell you, hey, let me explain to you why you're wrong, or maybe you should look at it this way, or something along those lines. I got nothing here, man. I got nothing here. Let me go over the super chats here. Remember, you can also make a donation through Cash App or Venmo at Cash Big O Show, and you can send your questions, comments, and insults there. We are flying solo today. Man of 1,005 holds. Thank you for the super chat, sir. There won't be any kneeling issues tonight. No, today is just you suck issues. That's all. You suck issues is what we have. Nano Filmmaker, thank you for the love in the super chat. Big O, the only way football returns to its glory days is if Nick Saban comes here. Mario is not the answer. And you know what? I'd love to tell him, Nano, you're wrong, dude. Mario is the answer. But I can't tell you I have practically any confidence anymore in Mario doing it. You know what I mean? I'm not saying to fire him because you gotta hang in there and you gotta give him some time and see what the hell happens the next year and see if maybe in years 3 he starts to really turn it around. But this is disappointing, dude. This is really disappointing. Like what happened last week, it just kind of puts a whole just sour taste in this whole bull crap. True Fin fan, thank you for the love in the super chat. Jason Taylor, head coach, too soon. Dion did it. Yeah. It's too soon. Not going to happen. But yeah, don't forget, folks, to smash the hell out of the like button. We are awaiting Manny Navarro. He will tell us. He will join us after everything goes on in the locker rooms. Let's see. A minute. All right. Okay. All right. What else did I? Oh, yes. So we'll get to Manny Navarro, and hopefully we'll see what happens, because obviously they're waiting for the press conference right now, and I would imagine that some interesting stuff is going to be said by Mario. Nothing has come through yet, so I'm seeing all the game stories coming through from Manny and Susan Miller and all that stuff, but there is no comments yet from Mario Cristobal, so clearly he has not addressed the media yet, which this one's going to be interesting when it comes to Mario. It'll be very interesting to see. Let's see, on morale, they're disappointed. I told them they should be disappointed, but in the right kind of way. What is the right kind of way? Well, what's the right kind of way? I don't understand that. So Mario just took over. Let's see something. You know what? I got something for you guys that you will enjoy. Let's see. Here we go. You want a little Mario? Let's get a little Mario here. Here you go. Here's Mario's opening statement.
Before halftime of the drive, they came out the second half. First half, so it felt like we were affecting their quarterback, albeit the one fumble that we started finding our way offensively and moving the ball down the field, affecting their quarterback enough to put ourselves in a position to take the lead right before halftime of the drive. They came out the second half, picked the momentum with the big play and the touchdown, and then we had a successive series where we turned the ball over one. I believe it was on a snap, the other one on an interception. Then find ourselves at the end just trying to catch up, with the time running pretty quickly. Again, obviously disappointed, especially after we felt we were progressing in the first half, and credit to North Carolina as well. So, in the first half, certainly felt like we were effective.
Pretty generic, to be quite honest. Nothing earth-shattering from him overall. They're disappointed. Yeah, everybody else is disappointed too, Mario. And Mario, by the way, is already getting trashed here. Blowout, as I predicted, says Jermaine. Jeff from Long Island. Oh, well, that's tomorrow, my brother. What's wrong with Tyler? No way he's NFL caliber. I never really thought that Tyler was anything special for the NFL. I don't think his accuracy is streaky. Like, he'll have moment, dude, the touchdown he threw where he took that shot. Okay, that may have been his best throw of his career. It was definitely the best throw of the season for him. That was a big cojones throw by him. So he has moments, but he's not consistent enough. I just don't see that. Football program is dead. Mario Cristobal can't coach. Fire Mario and the whole staff, says Papa. Dolphin says Mario Cristobal stinks. Troy says Mario is a trash game day head coach. He's basically a recruiter. That's it. Dolphin says same crap, different year, no surprise. Is the radio show on its bunch of commercials? Yeah, that's kind of what we do at the beginning. Yes, exactly. And by the way, who do you think pays so you can have this content? Those fantastic sponsors. Damien, use your head. Get it out of your culo. The U is never coming back, says Troy. Marco says team came out flat both halves. Fire whoever is trying to fire this team up. What's the point of having Mario as a recruiter if he can't coach the talent? Hard to argue with all that, man. Bro, we turn on our teams and coaches so fast. Wow. Well, DeLacy, what are you expecting for what kind of I don't understand what kind of tolerance do you think people have for this? Did you see what happened last week? Like, that's some elementary bullshit that happened last week. That's the kind of shit that ruins all trust in anything, dude. That's just the way it is. It's not a matter of turning on the guy. It's, hey, listen, man. Does Mario wanted the big money, right? He wanted to make sure that if he was leaving Oregon, you had to pay him a whole bunch of money. You had to give him all the power. Well, dude, you got all the power. I mean, if you're doing that, it's kind of like, remember 2 weeks ago? So the Dolphins wear the emoji shirts because, like, hey, we're underdogs. We're undefeated. And they go in there and they get their ass kicked. So if you wear your emoji shirt, that means you think you're better than what the odds makers say, so you're going to go out and prove it. Well, you talk a lot of shit, but you didn't back it up. You can't wear an emoji shirt if you can't back it up. Well, Mario, dude, I mean, you want to come back to Miami, right? You're in Oregon, but you want them to give you this and give you this and give you this. Well, they gave you all of it. And you effed up with your coaches in the first round, and you're not supposed to because you already are coming from Oregon. You should know about this already. It's not your first rodeo. So you came here and you didn't hire the right offensive and defensive coordinator. Holy shit, that's a red flag. Baby, it's a red flag day. Baby, let's get in the water. I had to get a little U2 in there. So you tell me. And now you got your two coaches, and here's this idiot out on the field because he can't keep his cool. Because whatever his kids did, he has to be more of a jackass. So I'm not exactly sure where you want patience. He lost to Middle Tennessee State. He had no business losing to Middle Tennessee State last year. He had no business losing as many games as he lost last year. He should have won a couple of those crappy games, and he should have beaten Georgia Tech last week. So I'm not exactly sure. Look, dude, if you want to listen to fan shows or the flagship station or all that kind of stuff, it's there for you. And kid gloves and all that. We don't do that here, man. We give you lots of praise when you're doing well, and when you're not doing well, we call it like we see it, and we tell you, hey, Mario Cristobal, you're not getting it done. You're an embarrassment. You can't ask for all of this and not perform as a coach. So to me, this is just, it's insanity what's going on here, to be quite honest. Absolute insanity. It's stuff that I can't even understand, to be quite honest, because I didn't think that it would be this bad with Mario. Ever. I never thought. Tyler Van Dyke says, this team is special. We can't fold. Okay. But I saw a cheap tent in the third quarter. Tyler Van Dyke says he's hurting physically. Ruben Bain, I can't stand losing. I hate it. By the way, tell Ruben that was a Police song too. I can't stand losing. I can't. Let's see. And how are they going to hold it together? Well, Ruben Bain says, with the trust we've built all season. Of course, because they held it together tonight. They were so good tonight in key moments. They didn't falter. They made all the clutch plays. They didn't turn over the ball. I mean, they have developed this incredible resiliency. We've watched it over and over again with this team. It's been just absolutely phenomenal. All right, so we await Manny Navarro. So Manny probably is getting the players and just got the coach. So I'm sure after that, he will then join us after he gets all of that stuff done. So bad, dude. So bad. Absolutely terrible. Tyler Van Dyke insists UM has to get better. This team is special. We know what we're capable of. Yeah, they're special. Big O, please do not fan the fire Mario. I'm not firing Mario at all. I don't want to fire Mario at all, but I will say this, dude. Anybody that wants to fire Mario, I got no defense. Okay, I wouldn't fire Mario, not yet. I would not do that. I believe it or not, I'd wait till next year. I'd wait till next year to see what the hell he does. I wasn't expecting that much this year, to be quite honest. I told you it was a 7 or 8 win team, and then when they beat Texas A&M. I said, well, maybe they can get the 9. If you watch the show, I've said that over and over again. But they're not even going to get to 7 or 8. Not the way they play, not the mistakes they make. They're not winning next week either. And they can win next week, but I can't count. I don't give a shit what Ruben Bain says. I know what I've seen. No. Mario Cristobal is great value, Al Golden. Yep. Do you think Manny Diaz loses to? Yeah, no, Manny Diaz loses to everybody. That's, brother, they haven't had a good coach. Look at that. Even Alarmo is losing it. You know that? Even Alarmo lost it there. He reminds me of that kid we saw in tonight in the game. Did you guys see the kid? Kid was having a field day with the Canes. I mean, an absolute field day. Here you go. The kiddies having fun at North Carolina. Yeah, baby. He was doing something, down with UNC or something along those lines. Miguel Cruz wants to fire Mario ASAP. Sam says, yeah, this team is mediocre at best. For Canes fans, I hope more akin to year 2 of Mike Norvell and not year 2 of Willie Taggart. Keep your heads up. God, I hope so, no doubt. Oh, my God. Who actually thought Miami would beat UNC? No, I didn't either. I admit that, Dauphin. I told my wife, I go, yeah, I expect to do a negative post-game show because I don't think that they're gonna win. So the other kid looks like Al too. Yeah. Okay. Seriously? No audio? Wait a minute. Is it really when I play the video? Oh, okay. No, but I was off. I turned down the volume. I did that on purpose. But I'm good right now, right? You guys got me now. Okay. All right. So anyway, it's just crazy how the kid, this entire situation is just absolutely crazy, man. It really is. It's a shame. Because we want to see progress, and we're not watching any progress whatsoever. And ultimately, that's our problem. Because, see, the thing that Mario can't control is that we live through, the back end of Coker. Then it's, Randy Shannon and Al Golden and all this stuff that went on. And so for us, we're just beaten down. And then if Mario he didn't give us any hope last year coaching-wise. And so far this year, it's like what I said. Think about this. The adjectives that they describe Mario Cristobal, nobody ever says great game day coach. Nobody ever says Mario Cristobal is but they hired Mike McDaniel. Okay? Hiring Mike McDaniel, people are telling you that he's some offensive wizard, that he was the secret sauce with Shanahan, that he was a lot of their juice and all that kind of stuff. And then he gets here. Oh, my God. He is pretty good. He is one hell of a play caller. He really set his team up. He inherited a rookie defensive coordinator, so he went and got an old and grizzled veteran now. so he can hold the staff. That's a whole different ballgame. But, you think about it, okay? Overall, that's – then you look at McDaniel, and last year, injury riddled and all, he still got to the playoffs. Mario Cristobal, with talent that's still better than most of the teams on his schedule, still lost most of his games. Then you got an influx of 40 players, including transfers. And you're better than Georgia Tech and you lose. And I think you have the talent to beat North Carolina. You just got a very well-coached team. So you have no shots in it. So I'm with that listener that said, did anybody really think Miami was going to win today? No, the blind-ass fan is the only one is the blind-ass fan that always thinks they're going to win.
Blind-ass fan alert. Look out, everyone. We've got a blind-ass fan coming through.
The only person that said, "Oh yeah, no, they're gonna win tonight. They're gonna bounce back and win by 30." That's what they're gonna say. Oh, we're gonna win by 30. The blind ass fan. And this is the problem we have. This is the problem he deals with. We're too beaten down. And then if you don't show us hope, McDaniel shows you hope already. Okay, he's got the team to the point where it's already good. Now I'm asking him to take it to great now, obviously. But can Mario even get to good? No. He can't even get to good. And that's sad, man. That just puts it in a situation that you just like, how does this happen? You have every resource you need now. You're an experienced coach. You're groomed by Nick Saban. You had a stage in the Pac-12. Okay, so now you think you're ready to come home and reignite and lift a dead program, which is your alma mater. But you had demands. So they meet all your demands, and you can't meet the demands because you came to the U, right? Well, people are expecting Mario to, dude, you played with those kind of teams. You know what the U looks like. You're supposed to be that guy that understands it, that can recruit it, that can develop it, that can create that culture. Is that culture there right now? I hear a lot of players talking shit, but I don't see any actions on the field that follow that up. So it's a situation that he's put himself in and nobody else. It sucks, dude, because it's not a Mario thing now. Now it's an us thing. Well, here we go again. Another coach that isn't good enough. Another coach that can't get it done. Don't forget, folks, to smash the hell out of the like button. Very important you smash the like button. We appreciate you all out there as always. Hateful Steve is in the house. Thank you for the love on Venmo. Cash Big O Show on Cash App or Venmo. His comment is he's Venmoing for staying up late on a Saturday and doing a show. Yes, sir. And then we'll be up tomorrow morning to do the pregame show to get you ready for the Dolphins. By the way, Cam Wolf, Stafford Dean, and David Furonis work in the lockers, and they will join us post-game tomorrow. Hopefully a nice little win, a 5-1 start, and then we get ready for the real test against the Philadelphia Eagles. Let's hope they can actually get it down. Spooky Myers says that was the whole narrative. Okay. still the narrative. I have numerous friends who are Canes fans. They think they are going to win the ACC every year. Yeah, that's the blind ass fan. The blind ass fan thinks the Dolphins are winning 12 games and 15 games every year, and they're going to the playoffs and they're making a deep run. And I love those fans. I love all fans, but I have a term for them, and it's blind ass fan because they don't care about, actual logic. They don't really look at what's really going on, you know what I mean? Because they just want to be fans and kind of lie to themselves. What has Miami won since you've been alive? Well, not me, sir. I've been alive a lot. I've seen them win lots of titles. So that's not me. I've seen five football titles, 3 baseball titles, right? I think the Wizard got 2, and damn it. I can't believe I'm forgetting this man's name, but yeah, I know he won 1. Jim Morris. So I know the Wizard won 2 and Jim Morris won 1. So I'm lucky. I've seen plenty of titles. I'm very fortunate. I lived through the Dolphins titles, obviously witnessing the Marlins titles and the Heat titles, been in champagne-filled locker rooms. I am one of the few old guys living in this town that has been able to enjoy all of those good moments. I just want them to happen again because, as I talked about this many, many times, my favorite fans are the young fans because they haven't witnessed shit. They're still loyal, and I love that. And I can't wait to see the Dolphins win it all. And I can't wait to see the Canes hopefully one day get back there. These young fans that I see all the time at games, I got nothing but admiration. I really do. David Barrera, thank you for the love on the super chat. He says, thank you all for doing this. Well, I appreciate you for tuning in and sharing and hitting the like button and watching the platform as much as possible. Even if you got to walk away, let it play. That's a great way. If you can't visit our sponsors, then hit the like button if you do that, or if you watch as much as you can, or you make a donation like you did, David. Thank you all. Sam says the Bills just lost. Oh, I'm not doing Dolphins stuff. I'm just looking for a clean. Oh, I'm not doing that. Miami going to lose to Duke, right? It's possible. They lost to Georgia Tech, dude. Yeah. Why can't they lose to Duke? Yeah, Miami is capable of pretty much losing to almost anybody, dude, except like FAMU or something like that. So some kind of team like that, then okay, they'll win those kind of games for sure. But anybody in the ACC, I wouldn't. I can't put anybody in the ACC because I can't say that the coaching alone, like Eric's coach, right? Season's about to start. Every one of us is saying, oh, we have the team for the time, right? But then, in the back of our minds are going, yeah, they don't. But I didn't think they were going to get to the title game in the last 4 years. I certainly didn't think they were going to get to the finals in the last 4 years. It's the best in the NBA, right? And that's so. With Carlos Christopher, I feel he's not good enough to beat everybody in the ACC. Whereas I think Carlos Christopher is going to have a damn good year. But I also know it's really man, first round. So the back of your mind, you're not saying it's possible. That's freaking when you all you have is hypothetical. Exactly. All those hear me? Really? Go. Micro.
Oh, great. You have a doorbell camera. Now you have a front row seat to your house getting robbed.
They're breaking into my house!
Ooh, there goes the TV. I'm sure it'll turn up at the pawn shop.
No, not the TV!
Just because you can see them, that doesn't mean you can stop them.
With Slogans, you get 24-hour monitoring, a free home security system, and professional installation.
Plus, free doorbell camera, one that'll actually work for you.
Get out of my house! Get out of the house!
Call 1-800-ALARM-ME.
Nope. It's worse now. Okay. Hold on, Manny. Give me a second here.
If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
All right, let me try again. Let me see here before we go to Manny and see if we can. Let's see. Good now? Okay. All right. It looks like it's pretty good now. Then let's rock and roll. And we rock and roll. Where are we? Now I got to find Manny's open because, let's see. Here we go.
The viewpoint statements or beliefs expressed on the following program by the host, guests, or callers are not necessarily the opinions of FantasyXS.com, Media Group Inc. ownership, management, sponsors, or website. If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your Inter Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or intermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inter Miami and all Miami sports fans shop. Time for Canes fans to get what they want. Information, insight, and perspective. It's the Caneswear Miami Hurricanes Report with Manny Navarro. Exclusively on the Big O Radio Show. Here's Big O and insider Manny Navarro.
Hey, Manny. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a second. I got an extra board out there. This is what happened. Okay, there we go. All right, yep. Manny. Did he lay on the sword tonight? Did he leave no doubt like this is all on me? What's the deal?
Well, I certainly think everybody's taking responsibility for this. I would say the one encouraging sign, is that, and look, I know they're 0-2 in ACC play, and it's a long shot they'll get anywhere near the ACC championship game at this point. It would have to be a crazy, ridiculous thing for that to happen now. The season is basically get to a bowl game at this point. But I can tell you that there's nobody who walked off the field tonight looking like a quitter, like in the sense of, hey, we're done. Our season's 0-2 in the ACC, we're quitting. I didn't get the sense at all of that. I think they're angry. Ruben Bain was crying. Tyler Van Dyke was mad. They care. And I know that they're supposed to care. I know they get paid to care. I know that it's the way this is supposed to be. But considering where this program has been for a long time now, where you have a lot of guys who quit, a lot of guys who don't give a damn, who enter the transfer portal, all that other crap, I can tell you, being here in person, talking to these guys afterward, there was real pain and anger that they lost this football game tonight. So, and I think it was a mutual across the board thing. It wasn't just Mario falling on the sword. But I think he also acknowledged, that there's just certain areas on this team that they're not good enough yet. And he needs to continue to recruit better, and he needs to keep improving the team. So that's what I have for you as immediate thoughts. What did you want him to fall on the sword?
Yeah. Well, I do want him to fall on the sword to make sure that the shit that happened last week does not happen again. Because really,
Right.
I got to say, it's completely out of character for me. Like, totally out of character. And
Right.
one of the things that I've been talking about with Mario, unfortunately, is that he's a great guy. He's a fantastic recruit. He's an incredible worker. All those kind of things. Unfortunately, the one thing nobody's ever labeled him is a great coach.
Yeah.
And that's what he needs to start to prove, that he's a great coach. And bro, you screwed up with the first hires of your assistant coaches. You got to clean the slate. You bring him, and this guy's out on the field. Keeping that drive alive, which led to points. It just, there were the mistakes that are being made by players, coaches, or calls. These are the things that have to improve around Mario. It's nice to know that they want to fight and that they're emotional about it and all that, but I wonder if they also cry because they're going, like Matt Lee. It's almost like he was, like somebody was trying to reason with him on the sidelines. That's what it looked like in that video. Like he was also pissed off about what was going on again. That kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think there's certain guys on this team that feel overwhelmed, right? In the sense of, I can't have any screw-ups. I got to play perfect, right? And I think there's certain guys on this team that feel that way. Matt Lee made one mistake tonight. He snapped the ball low to Tyler Van Dyke, and it resulted in a huge turnover. So he was beating himself up over that, And again, I think, look, you and I, when this season started, what did we say? 7-5, 8-4, get to a bowl game. The win over Texas A&M for a lot of us, right, made us think, man, these guys are really better than they are. And the reality was, They weren't. And there's still holes, and there's still, look, there's things that they've improved quite a bit. First of all, I get it.
The
O-line, until tonight, really hadn't given up sacks. And then tonight they were playing from behind. And what happens? The team tees off and they beat a couple of your guys.
The Mawanoa one was on a 3-man rush.
Oh, I know. It was
like out of all the times to give up a sack, come on, this is like that.
No,
that moment was like, okay, nothing's going to go right for these guys. Like, really,
no,
right?
No. Listen, that sack was killer because you're trying to fight your way back. You need protection. To give up a 3-man rush sack is, but again, it's like there's certain position groups on this team that have to play perfect. The offensive line has to play perfect. They've got to give Tyler time to throw. They've got to, every play, like they can't have any bad snaps. So it just shows you there's other deficiencies on this team still, right? There's still deficiencies that need to be addressed with personnel. And tonight was one of those nights where you get to the goal line, you fumble, you needed that touchdown, right? You get a 4th and 1, and your coach is so angry because you can't get the substitutions right. He runs out on the field trying to call a timeout because he's frustrated and pissed, and it costs you 7 points. Like, those are things, again, it's like small things, but they turn out to be huge when you don't have other guys that are capable of stepping up and overcoming that, right? Like, we knew the cornerbacks. They gave up 500 yards of offense. How many times did Tez Walker? We knew the cornerbacks were not good coming into the season, right? We talked about that in the preseason. And yet, they finally got exposed tonight because the pass rush in the second half wasn't there. So,
Tez Walker is pretty good.
what do you think Keon Coleman and FSU is going to do to them?
Dude, what you think of declining the penalty? I mean, I don't know if it really mattered in the end, because if you give Ray 2 shots, he's still going to kill you. I mean,
that's the problem, and I think the problem was they got caught playing the game. Like, hey, we're going to play coverage this time. We're not going to blitz. And anytime they decided to play coverage, Drake May was like, dude, whatever, bro. Like, I'm going to stick it to you. So it was obvious that was the bad bet. And he beat them every single time they dropped back in coverage.
And
they had to bring pressure.
And he didn't play a great game, actually.
No, he was horrific. He was really bad against them. So, I mean, look, you get a strip sack in their end zone and nobody's there to recover. I mean, some of this is bad luck too, bro. Like, Reuben Bain runs right by the guy who's standing in front of him, kills Drake May, forces a fumble, and somehow, some way, there's nobody there to fall on the ball. Yeah. So, even the missed snap, think about it. Go back and look at that play again. Tyler drops it, and it's right in front of him. And because it's wet and it rained at halftime, and he goes to put his hand on it, it gets kicked. Next thing you know, it's in the. So they didn't get bounces either in this game. Some of the things.
No, definitely.
So
that's why I told you the Maui Noah sack was like the perfect example. Like, bro, this guy's been impeccable, and now it's a 3-man rush, and he allows the sack. Like the guard didn't see it and couldn't help him out or anything. Nothing.
Yeah.
Because the guard next to him was doing nothing. I saw him smoking a Perdomo cigar. I saw him. Hanging out. Oh, wow, he got past Francis. And so that, it's like that. I knew right there and then it's like, okay, nothing is going to go well. But here's the thing, Manny. Mario is losing the fans.
Oh, listen, this fan base, again, it's 20 years of this, dude. It's 20 years of this. So the patience level always gets thinner. It's like a mattress. You sleep on the same mattress for 20 years. Right. You have a bad night sleeping. Everybody's get rid of the mattress. It's automatic, So it's that result. And again, what was I trying to say the entire preseason to you every time you brought me on the show? 7-5, 8-4.
Right.
But what happened was Texas A&M made us all believe, oh, wait a minute, these guys might be good enough, right? And look, they were up 17-14 at halftime here. So it's not like it was that much of a pipe dream. But look, it is what it is, man. And year two, I think it's hard for anybody to make declarations. Mario's not the right guy. It's never going to get better. Like, no, I think the difference is Alabama and the great programs stack unbelievable. It's talent that ultimately makes the difference here.
Well, sometimes the decisions of the coaches have been kind of.
I'm not forgiving them for last week. That's not what I'm doing. They should have won last week's game, but tonight.
Wait a minute, hold on. You're down by 10 here in this game, and your coach cost you 7, and your running back cost you 7. I mean, if we start to look at some of the shit, dude. And let me. How about this? UNC had 140 yards of penalties.
Oh, yeah. No, listen.
UNC, UM. That's what UM used to do. They used to kick your ass in the 80s and the 90s.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they had 120 yards of penalties, but they were so good.
Yeah.
They could beat your ass either way. And for a team to have that, the quarterback not play well, to have that much in penalties, make that many mistakes, and win the game easily, that's scary.
And here's the thing: I'm not saying as a Miami fan anybody should accept losing to North Carolina 5 years in a row. North Carolina is not a football school. Okay, Mac Brown does a great job maximizing what he has here. He gets great quarterbacks, right? He did that with Sam Howell. He's done it now with Drake May. And he does enough to beat teams that are good at beating themselves. And that's what Miami still is. They're still really good at beating themselves. And until they get over that, until, they figure out a way to minimize the mistakes. Look, dude, 9 turnovers in 2 games. 9 turnovers in 2 games. Like, you can't give the ball away that often. Take away the last interception by Tyler Van Dyke. It's 8 turnovers in 2 games. It's still a horrific stat. So, and look, again, and it's real simple. We go back to last week. Mario takes a knee. They're 5-1. And what are we talking about here? Oh, they went on the road and they lost to a good North Carolina team.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. but then you lose, and some of the decisions, some of the things that went on today, kind of leaves a sour taste in your mouth. And I think that is Mario's problem now. I think Mario now has to prove to the fan base that he's the difference maker as a coach. This whole thing about outworking people and out recruiting people and all that shit, bro, that can only go so far now. Now you've got to prove it every Saturday. And when you lose to Middle Tennessee State and you lose to Georgia Tech the way you have so far in your first season and a half here, brother, that's just unacceptable. It just is unacceptable. And you got to do better than that. And I think that's where he's going to lose the fan base. And he's got to do a much better job of game day coaching and be more respectable on Saturday.
Yeah. I agree on all those points. And you're right. I mean, you can't argue against everything that you're saying. I honestly can't sit here and do that. But I will say this for argument's sake. I think the fundamental question here is, do you believe Miami has a team that's good enough that should be 6-0 right now?
They should be at least 5-1.
They should at least be 5-1. And then I guess my second question would be, when you start breaking down certain positions, if you're being honest with yourself, how many of those positions do you say, man, that's 11-1 talent or 10-2 talent? I still think I agree with him at certain positions. I'm still like, yeah, they're not there yet. The depth isn't there.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about the ACC or are we talking about the SEC? If the SEC, no. But the ACC is nothing special. So basically your talent, you should get to 8 wins, 9 wins. You should. Right. With the talent you have, which is your talent's better than Georgia Tech's, bro.
There's no question. There's no question.
Your talent is equal to UNC except for maybe the quarterback. The quarterback obviously superior. Okay, fine. But outside of that, the rest of your team should be equal to North Carolina.
I would take
losing to North Carolina 5 years in a row.
No, you're right. But I would take Tez Walker over any Miami receiver right now.
You're right.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess I look at it as Miami and North Carolina are probably even when it comes to talent, except the quarterback position. And that was the difference tonight. Yeah. So it's disappointing. Right. I get it. It's the 20-year mattress you want to throw away, dude. Everybody wants to throw this. Nobody likes sleeping on this mattress. I don't like it. You don't like it. Nobody at Miami likes it. But it's the mattress that you got to replace. And the only way you do that is by getting better ingredients.
Okay. Now, and it's 2 different sports, same sport, but 2 different levels. But the only thing I think that would make people feel better, okay, when you watch the Dolphins, right, you're watching a football mind that runs that team, and that guy is actually out-coaching people. And that guy actually, Shanahan just said last week or 10 days ago, we're stealing plays from him now.
Yeah.
He actually said, I played somebody last week that used one of his plays. Okay, so so if you're a Dolphins fan, okay, so you lost to the Bills and it sucks and all that, but you're still like, dude, this guy McDaniel still can coach. He did a great job. He got in the playoffs last year with an injury-riddled team. He changed his defensive coordinator, got a better, what we think, defensive coordinator, overall. So you're doing better now, and you're now headed in a better direction. So you feel better about Mike McDaniel. Right. I don't think there's a Hurricanes fan that can say from the moment they hired, Mario Cristobal with the tiny jersey till now that they feel a little different at this point. They're not as convinced anymore because of the game day.
It's because he's 9-9 and the results are not any better. I mean, that's the honest to God truth. And until the results get better, now I will say this: I don't think any of us ever sold Mario as some sort of master strategist, right? I mean, he never was that at FIU. He never was that at Oregon. Why did he win at Oregon? Because he got Penei Sewell and Kayvon Thibodeau. Right. And because he had Justin Herbert and because he got other guys that made plays.
Right.
So, like, I think it's almost like, what are you buying? What car are you driving? Right? Like,
is this Butch Davis? Is this?
I think so. Yes.
Is this Cuban Butch?
I think so. Yes. And I'd rather have that than Randy Shannon.
Oh yeah.
And Larry Coker and everybody else who dropped the ball in a talent level. Because the bottom line is, if they were getting great players, Miami would have more players in the NFL right now, and they don't.
Right.
They dropped off. That's the one thing you can say without a doubt. The level of play here dropped off, and the level of talent going to the next level dropped off. And when you go back and you say, what won? It was talent.
Yeah. The only thing is, if he doesn't prove to be an elite coach, he'll never be elite as a program, because you'll still be left out with some of those players that are going to say, yeah, good program, but there's always something missing. They never get over the hump.
Listen,
and that's the part that he's got over.
When Jimmy got here, right, and he had to replace Schnellenberger's staff, he fired his defensive coordinator. It took him a minute to find the right defensive coordinator. And then when he did, they won championships. They lost 5 games, though, in Jimmy's first year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, they did. Maryland at the end, too. Yeah.
So, like there were struggles. And I think, look, Mario eventually will get there. He's going to find the right matches. Like, I think one thing we have to think about, too, is especially in today's game in college football, it's really hard for head coaches to find the perfect marriage. Like, think about Dabo Swinney with Clemson, right? Because that's a program that's in the ACC, like Miami. They can recruit elite NFL players there, guys that are going to go on to the league and produce and all that stuff. But, like, Dabo Swinney found the perfect defensive coordinator, and that's why they won national championships at Clemson. That's why they became a superpower, because of Brent Venables and what they were able to do on defense. Mario, to me, we're going to continue to see this rotation of, hey, find the right coordinators, find the guys that push the right buttons. Until he finds that guy, I don't know that this program will ever reach a national championship level. But in order to get there, you have to have the players. And Mario, to me, is one of the few guys who actually wants this job with all the BS that you have to deal with. And 2, is actually capable of recruiting the kind of players that will take you to a championship. So, like, my question to Miami fans who always complain and say, no, get rid of this dude. He sucks and this and that. It's like, okay, who are you replacing him with? Okay? So, he ain't going anywhere. He's got a 10-year contract. There's money behind him. There's NIL behind him. There's all these things that – so, eventually he'll get there. But there's going to be a lot of pain. And the pain is what this program is going through.
I've been through too much of it already, man.
20 years of the same mattress, bro. That's what it is. 20 years of sleeping on the same.
I don't want any more pain. I don't want any more pain.
Nope.
Are you flying Spirit on the way back? Because that's pain.
No.
Frontier, that's real pain. Like,
I'm a Delta guy, dude. When I come here, I'm a Delta guy. When I come to Raleigh-Durham area, I'm a Delta guy. So
good stuff. Follow him on Twitter at Manny_Navarro. What do you got going on in the Athletic so folks can check you out? After this,
I'll be busy. I wrote a quick takeaways from this game, but I'm sure I'll do something else in the morning and podcast and Heisman straw polls and ACC power and all the things that I do every single week, brother. So
check it out, The Athletic, and make sure you subscribe. Manny, as always, safe travels, my brother. Appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. You too. See ya.
If you're a Miami sports fan, there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CF, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2655 South University Drive in Davie, and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
There you go. There you go. And don't forget our friends at KSDT CPAs. Make sure you call them if you need to get your taxes done, home or business, personal or business. Make sure you call our friends at KSDT CPAs. Use that QR code. By the way, Manny's in North Carolina. They just opened a new office in Charlotte, North Carolina. They are hiring in Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach counties and in North Carolina. All 4 offices. Use that QR code or call them so you can contact them at KSDT CPAs. Michael says, just a terrible performance. Yes, it was, sir. You are correct. Let me get here to see what we got going on. Remember, Cash App or Venmo, Cash Big O Show. That is Cash Big O Show. Cash App or Venmo if you want to get in on it and you want to make a donation to the program. I've been saying it here to anyone that I speak with about the Canes. Miami will have a lot of talent in 2025. Even having said that, will we win it by then? Now I'm just doubting my own word. Well, it's Mario's making you doubt it, and it's not your fault, True Fin Fin. It's not any of our faults. It's up to Mario, unfortunately. And he isn't going anywhere, so, I'm going to wait till next season, and then that's 3 in, and then I can kind of get a feel for where this is going and all that, and then maybe I can start to, but this is terrible so far, and Mario has to do a hell of a lot better. Folks, I appreciate all of you tuning in. We will see you all tomorrow morning, because tomorrow morning we have got the Miami Dolphins. We'll get ready for a little Miami Dolphins action tomorrow morning. We'll get you ready for the game against the Carolina Panthers. We just lost to UNC. Let's see if they can beat the Panthers at least. That would be very nice if they can do that. And we will see you all tomorrow morning for the pregame show at 11 a.m. Same time, same place. Got to do what we always do. Same bat channel.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.